Hello and welcome. In today's lesson, our focus is still on the fundamentals of hardware and software, but we'll be zooming in as it relates to output devices. My name is Cole, Dwayne Cole. So now let's talk about output devices. What is output devices really about? Now, for the output device, to get process information out of a computer, you need an output device to do so. But let's look at the term output. Now, output means to show, to print, or to store the result of that process data. The most common types of output are we have soft copy and we have hard copy. Now, let's look into those in more details. Now, as mentioned that we need an output device to get process information out of the computer. Now, that process information can be in the form of a soft copy or a hard copy. When the process information is in the form of soft copy, it is one of which that you can see and you cannot touch. And this is not permanent. This soft copy may be in the format of audio, such as your sound coming from the speaker. It may be electrical signal. It may be image on your computer monitor. Those are format of soft copy output. Now, let's look at hard copy output. It is somewhat as the opposite of the soft copy output. Now, for a hard copy, it is called permanent output. So remember that soft copy is not permanent, but for hard copy, it is termed as permanent output. It is so because hard copy output would be one that comes from your printer, such as printed information on a piece of paper or on a sheet of paper. Of such, you will be able, after printing, of such, you'll be able to see and touch that form of output. So it is clear that some examples of printed of hard copy would be like your printed report or like your pictures. Let's look at output in the form of a monitor. And what are these monitor? What are they classified as? Now, the most common type of display device, still referred to as a monitor, of display device include your LCD. What does LCD stand for? Liquid crystal display. You have your flat screens and your LED. These are screens and handheld devices on laptops. And you would have been familiar with them or would have been seeing them, but in terms of these terminologies. Now, a monitor. How does a monitor function? A monitor contains a matrix or array of bright dots of red, green, and blue, and these are known as RGB. These can be blended to display millions of colors. It displays these millions of colors by mapping the location and color information of each bit of data that creates a computer image. This is known as a BIP, bitmap, same thing as BMP. Now, the bitmap image seen on a monitor is made up of thousands of pixels. Now, what are pixels? What does pixels stands for? Pixels stands for pictures. In short, PIX, pic, element. Features of a computer screen include its size and resolution. You will get a better understanding of the relationship between pixel size and resolution. Now, as mentioned earlier, features of a screen include your size, it also include your resolution. So what does size have to do with the features of a monitor screen? Size. This is the dimension of the screen which shows the output. So the size of the monitor you have or the size of your display screen, that is what it is speaking of. Common desktop screens are from 14 inches to 19 inches. Measured diagonally, now large size are now available. Normally, you have screen ranging from 14 inches to 19 inches. Not to say there are not larger size than that. As technology evolve and the need for bigger monitor, they keep on creating those. So it's not to say that the size is limited to 14 inches to 19 inches only. There are larger sizes that are available. Now, let's look at resolution. What is resolution? This determines how clear and detailed the output of the screen can be. Pictures on a screen are made up of tiny dots, and as mentioned before, those dots are referred to as pixels. The more pixels per inch, the clearer and more detailed the graphics. In other words, the more pixels there is, it makes the picture clearer. So as you can see on your screen, an example of high resolution and low resolution. So the question would ask, of these two images, high or low resolution, which contain the more pixels? Clearly, the one with high resolution, because the more pixels, the better the resolution will be. Now, let's turn our attention to printing devices, which is our hard copy output devices. No matter how simple or complex the data processing operation is, the final result must be made available in a user-friendly form and usually in a form of a permanent record. So, after processing data, the user, of course, will need some form of output. And most of the time, the output will be in a form of hard copy, same thing as permanent record. And it must be an output in a user-friendly form that the user can easily understand. Now, what is this printer really about that give us hard copy output? Printers are devices which output a hard copy of your work. The choice of printer depends on the speed, quality, and quantity you want, and the cost. So, we all know that a printer gives us hard copy, but there are various types of printer. What is going to determine the type of printer you need? That would depend, or you will look on the speed of the printer, the quality at which your printer prints, and the quantity you want, and of course, the cost of the printer. Some printers also perform the functions of a scanner, a photocopier, and fax machine. So those are some functions different from printing that a printer will perform. Now, the two main categories of printers are impact and non-impact. Now, if you're going to, what is saying, if you're going to buy a printer, your printer can fall in one of two categories: an impact printer or a non-impact printer. So the question I would ask, what are these impact and non-impact printers?